You know, when you start a journey, it's hard to know what don't I know. You know, the journey can be fraught with uncertainty, ambiguity, and unknowns. It's hard to wrap your hands around, you know, what does the future entail, but you know what's not working today, so you know what goals you want to work towards as you migrate from whatever your current system is today to that of RevElate. RevElate should provide you with the tools to have better processes to manage your revenue cycle operations and your AR going forward, and with the goal of becoming much more efficient in your workflows, both in processes and teams. You know, typically when you think of operational readiness, you're thinking about the organization's operational readiness, you know, all spectrums of the project. But in this instance, operational readiness is a focus on operational readiness for the revenue cycle teams to undertake to get ready for that RevElate project launch. You know, we developed this because we found a lot of clients were saying, where do I start? How do I know if I'm ready? What do I need to undertake? What will the Cerner project plan look like versus what do we know we're not really prepared for to move forward. As I said, I'm working with a client right now. This has been a helpful tool for them to see where are we at with things, and what the executives like to do is they take a look at it. They might identify, oh, maybe we're a little bit behind with our CSMs, or maybe we have a question we need assistance with on current state reporting. They hone in on that, and then that helps guide the conversation with regard to the checklist, so that we make certain that they're aware and we're providing them with any support and responses that they're looking for. But it matters because you know what you want to change. As identified earlier, you know where your gaps are, you know where your pain points are, you know what you have to work with, you know it's not optimum, but having everything documented is really critical to help propel you through those conversations when you start working with your clients. When you're gathering your reporting inventory, it's important to identify the purpose of the report and who receives that report, who uses that report. You want to identify who compiles it. You know, is it done by IS, IT? Is it a member of your team within an individual department? And also of importance, what reports are you using, are you creating that you're no longer using? They're obsolete, you know, processes have changed or parameters have changed, what have you, but you're still generating the reports, and, you know, they're going to nowhere land, or they're sitting in a file someplace taking up space, but no one's actually looking at them. Gathering all of this information now, identifying it, inventorying it, will be very useful when you start working through your reporting logistics with your Cerner partners. You're going to have a good foundation to start with, and they're going to be able to help you walk through what your options are to, I don't need that report anymore, or I would like to see this report, but I want it to have this data parameter. You know, the databases that are available are extensive and will give you a wide range of opportunities to develop the reports you want. You know, the one thing that you're going to think about is, how can this be done seamlessly, electronically, and without all the manual intervention? Because resource time is limited and valuable, and anytime you can reallocate to being more productive, that's always a win-win. The thing that we found that was the most impactful is when we put a detailed resource plan, and it's detailed to match and correlate to the deliverables and the milestones of Cerner's project plan. The executive leaders, you know, they originally thought that folks could just do them both, because, you know, they're looking at things from a macro level. They're not into the weeds of what will it take to get this project underway. And when we worked with them to show them, you know, here are the resources you're going to need, here's the time commitment that we project will be needed, and here's the work that they're going to be undertaking, they sat back and they just went, wow, we had no idea. You know, we work in a different working environment now as well. We've got remote folks, we've got on-site folks, we've got virtual environments, and being able to balance all of that out makes it even more critical to have that resource plan, so that you know where you have to make some alterations, where things you can probably tweak by with it, and more importantly, really sets up your executive leadership to understand what impact will this have on their budget, and gives them the time to evaluate that budget and budgeting needs for an upcoming period of time, so that they can include that in their budget, whether it's backfilling or whether it's adding temporary folks to help you with that project, so that the best balance that you can achieve, can be identified. So you've got your inventories created, you've got your teams designed, you know how long it's going to take, you know what role they're going to have. Now what? How do you determine if all the work you did was successful, if you implemented your project successfully, etc.? How will you monitor your success? What measurements will you develop? What will your measurements be gauged by? And a few of the highlight heavy hitters are employee satisfaction, patient and provider satisfaction, and then what are we going to measure to say, okay, this turned out the way we wanted to. And the caveat with that is, you can plan and plan and plan, and you get there and you're like, oh my gosh, we forgot about and that that then becomes your optimization efforts after you've gotten your hands in and you're started using your new tools, and you're starting to develop your understanding, and more importantly, your confidence in the new way of doing things. And in short, we all think operational readiness. I found a quote from Alexander Graham Bell that said, before anything else, preparation is the key to success. And that's exactly the message that we're wanting to send forward with this. The more you prepare, the better you are to launch, and the better prepared you are for your success.